Down to the floor. I'm losing you already. Okay, here we are with our wonderful ring of magic. I hope this class brings you a lot of magic with this ring. So we're going to take it between those thighs. I'm going to put a little pressure on that ring. I feel my inner thighs, my abdominals, my hands go behind my thighs. And as I roll back, I'm just going to gently put some pressure on that ring. Then release the pressure as I round and come tall. I'm going to exhale back. Inhale, lifting. Chin to chest, scoop the belly, pressing into the ring as I come away, and then releasing that pressure as I come back up. 2 more. Exhale. Feel that belly button pressing back behind you. Feel the abdominals lifting you back up. This is our last one. We take it back. I'm going to reach my arms long. I'm going to come back another inch, tucking my tail. I feel no pressure in my lower back. If you do, hands go back behind your thighs. Little tiny presses of this ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it in. Come back another inch. If your back allows you, melt those shoulders and press again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 more inch back. And press. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now before I slide back any further, I'm going to slide my heels closer towards me and controlling it back, lay all the way down. Arms are going to reach down to your side, and we're going to press into that ring. Again, in and then out. Now, I want you to make note, no matter where we are in class or where the ring is, anytime we're pressing into the ring, it's always the belly firing as well. So it may be the arms firing, the back muscles, but always with the abdominals. Now I'm going to go for 3 more, and 2, and 1. Take the hand over hand behind the head, elbows are wide. I'm going to press into my ring 1 time and then release, and then crunch up and then release. And I exhale, inhale, crunch up, exhale, inhale. Exhale, squeeze the ring. Inhale, release it. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, release. The ring presses, it releases. I nod my chin to my chest as I lift up. If lifting up is not for you, you just do an extra pressing of the ring, because you don't have to ever lift your head off your mat in a Pilates class. 2 more. Press, crunch up, and press. Hold this lift. Press into that ring. Make sure the navel is pushing down to the mat. Tabletop these legs. You can put your head down at any time. I'm going to tap my toes. Press the ring to lift back up. Tap my toes. Press the ring to lift. Tap and lift. Inhale. Exhale. 4 more. Make sure your back is heavy. 3. Yes. 2. And 1. Slide that ring further up the leg towards the ankles. My legs will go straight and my head comes down. Now, if this is not a good position for you, bend the knees and put your feet back on your mat. Reach those arms up to the sky. Shoulders are connected to your back. The ring is tight. My heels are turned in, toes are turned out. Hip issues, keep your feet in parallel. Inhale, nothing. Exhale, nod the chin to your chest. Reach those fingertips towards the wall in front of you. I'm going to start to pump the arms for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3. Hold the arms still. The legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. Put your head down when you need it. Inhale. 2, 3. Now, if you want to be challenged on the inhale, I can lower my legs an inch and then press the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, lower an inch. Palms, 2, 3, 4, 5, heels, 2, 3, 4, 5. Palms, 2, 3, 4, 5, heels, 2, 3. One more time. 2, 3, 4, 5, heels, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hug it in. That was fun. Okay, rock yourself up, and then take the ring flat on your mat. Press the sides of your feet into your ring. Can you feel those inner thighs already? I'm like, hello, good morning, inner thighs. Let's reach those arms parallel to the floor. They'll be your friend today, just like me. We're going to draw the chin to our chest. You're going to choose how far you come back. You know if you can come up when you're laying all the way down. So you choose how far, then you just come right back up and over. We're going to draw that chin to our chest. Inhale, find that lower back. Press into your ring to exhale. So some of you, I saw you coming up like a flat board, and I want you to peel off that mat like a fruit roll-up coming off that wrapper. Does that make sense? It's the same thing coming back onto the wrapper. So I want you to nod that chin to your chest. I want you to round that upper back. I'm going to stay rounded. Look into your belly the whole time. Round, 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 round. So your first move should be lifting your head up and the chin to your chest. As you come back, press into the sides of the ring. Tuck that tail, melt the shoulders. You don't have to lay all the way down. Draw that chin to your chest. So I'm rounding right here. And I'm going to keep rounding like I'm inside a tractor tire being molded around it. And then we bring it back. 8, 7. I flex my feet. I press into my ring. I take my time articulating my spine back to my mat. Last one. Yay. Eyes to belly. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here. Lower the hands to your ring. Turn your ring so one pad's on the floor, one pad's the ceiling. Reach those palms on top of that pad, and then reach more towards your toes or towards the wall in front of you, and just keep reaching as far as you can. Press the back of those knees to the floor. Sits bones are becoming lighter. It's like I'm almost peeling you off your mat. And then nice and gently, put some pressure onto that ring, suck that belly in, and start to bring your spine up taller. I want you to take your left foot inside the ring and take your right foot on top of the ring. My hands went behind me to hold up my spine. So right now I should have my ring a circle, so I'm not waiting for instructions with this leg dead weight in my circle, all of a sudden an oval. So I'm using my front of my hip, yes, my thighs, my core. I'm going to do a gentle little press down on my ring. And remember what I said, every time you press onto the ring, it's the abdominal muscles firing, as well this time as the back of my thigh, yes, my glute. This is a nice gentle press. And I go for 4. I'm going to make this a little harder. You are perfectly fine staying where you are. 2 and 1. I'm going to take one hand off my mat. Make sure you're going to be stable here. Take the other off. I'm just going to curve back. The ring will go with me a little bit. Hold it here. And I'm going to press back up and into my ring. The ring will release as I curve back. You're choosing how far you go back. I come back up tall in my spine. I round my spine here. My shoulders melt. I gently press into the ring to lift up. And I curve back. I press into my ring. And one more time, I'm going to take it down. And I'm going to bring it up. Hands go back behind you. And I'm going to take that leg inside the ring. And I'm just going to do 8 little reps because I don't know about you, but this is hard. My front hips are not as strong as I'd like them to be. I'm going to press up against the ring, up against the ring. Just 3 more and 2 more and 1 and release. I'm going to cross that ankle over and reach for my ring. Now this really is a piriformis stretch, which is for your glutes. But I also like how it feels to my hip, and my hip needed that. All right, so stick that right foot through. If you need to hold on so you don't lose your ring. Put the left foot on top. When I say my foot, it's more like my ankle or just a little bit of my heel, but it's not my whole ankle with my heel hanging completely off. Press into that mat behind you so you can lift up taller in your spine. And we're just going to gently press into that ring. It's a little press, but boy, am I getting a lot of magic in my core. I feel my belly contracting as I'm pressing into that ring, the same way you would feel as if you were doing an ab crunch. And 4. Now you are more than welcome to stay just like this with support from your arms. I'm going to take one arm off, the other arm off. I'll C-curve back to where I feel I can come back up. I lift back up and press into my ring. I release the pressure, chin to chest, scoop and round, press into the ring, sit back up. And then I exhale, inhale, exhale. Take your time. You've got it. 2 more. Lift up, stack, press. Last one. I'm going to take my hands back behind me again. I'm going to bend that left knee and take my foot underneath that pad and just give me little pushes up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Figure 4 stretch. Reach for the pad and stretch forward. Whoop. It's okay if you lose your ring. Good. Okay, so I'm going to keep my right foot inside there. I'm going to rest my left foot on top again, and I'm going to lay back. I want you to take the leg that's on the bottom and hug that knee into your chest. So that would be your right knee. Pull it in, get a lovely stretch. Grab onto your ankle, that right ankle, and zip that leg straight up. Give me a lovely hamstring stretch. Don't put tension in the neck and your traps. Breathe through a stretch, and I'm trying to have this leg directly over my hip. Now my foot that's resting on my ring, I want you to feel the back of that thigh working a little bit to keep that ring from becoming an oval. Take your arms to your side, close to your rib cage. The right kneecap is going to externally rotate away from you. I'm going to put a bowling ball on my torso. I feel my back is on my mat. I'm going to circle towards the other leg. Take it down around 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Keep that ring a circle so the other leg is staying active. I inhale to exhale. 1 more. And now we reverse away a little bit. So if I go too far away from my body, I'm going to pull my pelvis and possibly that opposite hip with me. Be mindful, please. Last one. And I'm going to grab behind the calf, the ankle, wherever I can reach. Good. Bend that knee, and then take it on top of the ring. Okay. Get positioned there with the right foot. Hug the left knee in. If you need to scoot your body over so you feel more in line with your ring, get comfortable. Grab on behind the ankle or the calf. Zip that leg up as the rib cage goes heavy. Relax the shoulders. Breathe through the stretch. Be mindful of the right leg. If it's dead weight, I guarantee your circle became an oval. Hands go right next to the rib cage, arms go long. Turn that left kneecap away from you. Reach those fingertips a little bit closer towards that ring, and that's circle clockwise. We go across the center, lift up 1. Inhale, exhale 2. If this is too hard, get rid of the ring, bend your right knee and put the foot to the floor. 1 more. Good, let's reverse it. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little warm. Inhale, exhale, but I'm working from my core. Is everybody else feeling that? Inhale, exhale 2, and inhale, exhale 1. Grab behind that leg. Yeehaw. Nicely done. Okay, 2 feet on top of that ring. The ring is a circle. So I'm also feeling my glutes firing. Reach those arms up to the ceiling 1 more time. Inhale, nothing. Exhale, just nod the chin to your chest. Get those shoulders off the mat. If you're able, bring your head and arms back to start. Inhale. Exhale, nod that chin to your chest. Take your right knee towards you. Put it back on the ring. Head down. Woo! Nod that chin to your chest. Exhale. Left knee is going to pull in towards you. Put it back onto the pad. Release your head. Exhale. Bring that knee in as you lift. Put it back out as you lower. And are you guys getting mad at your ring back there? I hear a slam. Don't be mad. The ring has a lot of love to give. Just like me. Let's go. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Now hold this one here. Press that leg back out. And give me little pulses of your head lifting. Up. The shoulders going an inch higher. And 6. Can you feel your glutes? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw the knees towards you. Now you can let the ring release and hug those knees in and just give a little rock side to side. You got it. Okay, let's rock ourselves up. And we're going to take that ring and we're going to take it around the outside of our knees. So it's not inside like we're always doing it. And I'm pressing against those pads. So now I'm engaging the outer thigh. So I want you to draw the feet a little bit more closer towards you and see if you can put yourself in this little ball and balance on your sits bones. Now let me make mindful comment here that I don't want you to feel a lot of weight on your lower back. I want you to feel like you're pulling that navel in with that lower back, zipping it up, and it feels much better to the lower vertebrae. Now, you don't have to rock at all. You can stay here. You can even put your toes back on the mat and just put pressure against the ring and release. You can stay just like that. If you're going to rock, you draw your chin to your chest, you push that belly button in, your heels are pushing towards your glutes. You never rock onto your neck. And we're going to rock back. Sometimes I do well with this and sometimes I don't. Okay, so that was a thud. I got one more shot before I say I'm not going to rock today. I inhale back, exhale up. Behave back there. Inhale. Try to keep pressure against it by pushing those outer thighs into the pads. And one more. Slower is better. I bring it back. I take it up. I lengthen my legs. And I grab onto my ring here. Flex your feet. Breathe. Now, zip it up. It's not easy to sit tall. It's not easy to zip it up. But the more we do it and the more we work on it, the easier it becomes. I'm going to start to do a twist right now. So I'm going to inhale first. Exhale, twist towards me. 1, 2. Give me an extra 1, 3. Inhale, center. Away from me, I exhale 1 and 2 and 3. Back to center. Exhale. Shh, shh, shh. Fill up the gas tank. Inhale. Exhale. Shh, 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 shh. As I exhale, I gently press into my ring a little further, a little further. One more each side. My neck needs to stay with the rest of my spine. Inhale, exhale, 1, 2, 3, and release. Reach for those toes. Round back and get ready for the ab series. I want you to take your right knee under the ring towards you. And as I come back, I tip my left leg up to 45. Now, ladies, with this ring, you can also put one of the pads behind your head and let your head be cradled by that, or put your head down if need be. I'm going to reach my ring into this diagonal, and I'm going to switch. And I'm going to switch. Now, don't tune me out because I'm going to add on to this. Ha ha! I'm making you listen to me. Good. Now I'm going to hold my right knee in. Bring my ring up over my chest. Bring it back down. Switch legs and pulse. Up, down. Shh. Inhale. Exhale. Switch. Inhale. Shh. Watch the neck. Shh. Up, down. Shh. Up, down. Shh. Last one. Up, 2 knees in, and release that head down. Was that not fun? Okay, so I need you to pay attention to your neck and your lower back. If you feel strain in one of those areas, you need to change how you're doing the exercise. Okay, so this time, we're going to keep changing where the ring is. Oh, this is so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to draw my chin to my chest. If you are a person who lifts their head up, I'm going to draw my chin to my chest. I'm going to reach everything away. I'm going to come back in. My feet go through my ring, and I reach just my legs. My arms hold on to that ring, right? Take your feet out of the ring. Now arms and legs reach back. I take my feet through the ring, and then just my feet go through it. Bring the knees in, reach away from your center. Exhale. Inhale, press through the ring. Exhale in. Inhale, reach away. Exhale through. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, last one, and release. Now, was that more fun than the first one we did? Okay, so let's try this one. So I'm going to take my pad into two hands, one pad into two hands. I'm going to put my right toes in the other pad, and I'm going to zip this leg straight up. My other leg is going to reach long. Now you can keep your head down while I'm explaining. So I'm going to use my lower abdominals to control the left leg coming up to the ring and then lengthening it long. Shoulders are relaxed, arms are reaching. I'm trying to pull that ring to where my leg is over my hip. So I'm also getting a hamstring stretch while I'm working my abdominals. Now, if you would like, you can draw your chin to your chest for the next step. And I exhale, inhale, exhale, reach it long. And I bring it up. I lower it long. And two more. Now hold this one up, flex the free foot, put it in the pad, put your head down. Now the other foot is going to lower. Inhale down, exhale. I want you to resist that leg coming up. It's like I am pushing it down as you're trying to bring it back up. Use that ring. I'm pulling on it to make sure I feel that stretch in my hamstring. Both legs should be straight. If you care to, you can lift your head for the next set. I exhale. I inhale. Beautiful. Beautiful long legs, strong core. What could be better than that? Here we go for 3 and 2. Flex your foot, put it back inside that ring, other foot comes out. Now, pull on that ring 2 times. 1, 2. Switch. The foot goes in the pad, pull on that leg. 1, 2. Scissor switch, other foot's in the pad. Shh, shh. Switch. Pull, pull, switch. It's head up or head down, but I'm watching. If your head is lifted, you better be off those shoulder blades. And chin to the chest. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, regroup. These are fun. 1, 2. Last one. 1, 2 feet in. And release. How'd that go? Good. So I'm going to hold on to the sides of my ring. I'm going to push the ring towards me. My knees going out towards my shoulders. Giving my lower back and my hip flexors a little bit of release. Double straight leg, lower lift. We're going to do 4 reps with the ring inside the ankles, 4 reps on the outside. So working inner and outer thigh. You don't have to use the ring at all. Please remember that. The ring goes between the ankles. Zip your legs straight up. Now, beginners, back issues, feeling tired, hands go underneath your butt like a football tee, and you'll keep them there. If you don't need that, put your hands behind your head, hand over hand. You can keep your head down, or you can curl it up, or a little bit of both. The legs are going to go down, 2, 3, squeeze the ring coming up. How low should you go? As long as your back, your lower back especially, stays on the mat. Was this 4 yet? This one is? Okay. So I'm going to take my ring, my feet go through it. I press my outer shin, outer ankle on that ring. Here we go. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Press against the ring to come up. 1. Elbows are wide. 1, 2, 3. Press and lift. Last one. Grab onto the ring. Put it between the ankles again. Hold the hands straight up. Lower the legs. 1, 2, 3. Grab the ring. Put it through the ring. Hands straight up. 1, 2, 3. Grab onto your ring. Between the ankles. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Grab onto the ring. Press into it. 1, 2. Hug it in. You got mad again. Okay. Take the ring over your chest. I'm going to do a quick stretch before we finish with the obliques. So I want you to take the ring towards me and the knees away from me. You're welcome. Are we working hard? Spring bodies, right? Spring. It's about, I think, 42 days away. So let's go. Okay, so I'm going to take that ring back between the inside of my shin ankle area. You don't have to do this way. You can get rid of the ring altogether and keep your feet on the floor. I have my hands on my shins as leverage to lift my head up. I'm going to take my hands behind my head. My knees will start here in a tabletop position. I'm going to draw both knees towards me, but the elbow furthest away from me is going to reach across to the front thigh. But my elbows are staying wide. I press back out to a tabletop. I bring the knees towards me. My opposite shoulder reaches across towards that thigh. Come back to table. Twist, table. Twist. Now, if you want to go harder here, instead of a tabletop, push it away 45 degrees. I exhale as I twist. Inhale, extend. Twist. Watch the back. Watch the neck. Try to keep those elbows in a straight line versus hugging like this, because you want the length. Everything's always lengthening in Pilates. Inhale, regroup. Exhale, twist. Inhale, regroup. One more, just one more. Woo! Grab that ring. Put it down for a second. Bridge up for me. You're welcome. Does this not feel amazing? Yes. Are we friends again? Okay. Reach the arms behind you if your shoulders allow you. Now keep the arms here. Give me a nice big inhale. Now exhale, just lower your chest. Pause. Get your butt tucked. Pause. Inhale. Exhale. The rib cage. Inhale. Exhale down to the navel. Inhale. Exhale the rest of the way down. Sweep those arms around and hug those knees in. Woo! Okay. Rock yourself up. That was good. Okay. So I'm going to take my legs out like a diamond. So my knees are turned out. And you can choose how fat to make your diamond. You can have your feet further out. It's a skinny diamond. You can come further this way. I'm going to hold on to my ring. Then I'm going to sneak her back. Tuck that tail. Just so I feel like, okay, I can hold this. Now make your feet lighter on the mat. So my heels are starting to lift. I'm going to press into my ring to float my legs up. Release the ring down. You may need to release the ring and come on to your forearms. And that's not cheating. So I'm back on my forearms. That's if I need to do this. If this is hurting your back, if you're throwing your legs up and throwing your back backwards, you come onto your forearms. I'm just going to go 3. Press into the ring as you lift. 2. Hold it here. Now bring the legs together and apart. Together, apart. You can have your hands on the mat, your forearms on the mat. 2 more. And 1. Knees apart, feet down. Reach the ring out in front of you and stretch forward. Hopefully that went okay. Now, I'm going to stack my spine as best I can. I'm going to take one leg at a time and flex my foot to the corners of my mat. And I'm like, I'm reaching, I'm holding on. Chin to chest, and just reach those fingers a couple more inches forward. So the ring's going to go into a slant. Now pull the belly in, squeeze your seat, and stack that spine. Now, if you really feel like you're like this to start, bring it back a little closer. Inhale up. Exhale, nod the chin to your chest. My belly button is going back. I'm watching it go further towards my spine as my arms go forward. Inhale from your core. Do not lift up your spine from your back. And then I do it again. Chin goes to your chest. And now round. Peel off that imaginary wall. Flex those heels. Push the back of the thigh into that mat. Zip back up. Shoulders go down. One more. Exhale. And then inhale. Back up. I'm going to bend both knees and place my toes on that bottom pad. Now, once again, you don't have to take both feet up. I'll show you the exercise, and then you can decide if you want to do the modification I show you next. So I'm going to balance on my sits bones again. But remember, we talked about this before. We don't sink into our lower backs. You got to make space. You got to pull that belly in and zip it up. Got it? Now I'm going to start to lengthen my legs out. So I'm in my little teaser position here. Shoulders are relaxed. Now, if you want to just bend the knees again, we'll bend. This is one way to do this exercise, is just alternating bent knees and straight legs. If this is too hard for you, if you're feeling this in your lower back, you're going to get rid of the ring. Your hands will go behind you. You're going to zip up one leg from your core and bring it back down. Got it? Here's the modification. I got my hands to support my spine. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so hold this up. So the next way I'm going to do this is I'm going to add a closed leg rocker. So I'll rock back. Whoop. I come up. And I hold my teaser. And I rock back, chin to chest. Booty comes up. Booty goes down. Hold the teaser. Chin to chest. We rock. We come up. I look over my toes. And I draw my chin to my chest. If you rock correctly, it actually feels good on your spine. But I got news for you. It took me a long time to be able to rock because I have a very tight lower back. And one more. Inhale back. Exhale up. Now, hover the ring over your legs. Separate the legs. Put them down. Bring it up. Put your ring down. How are we doing? Is Pilates easy? But people think it is because you're on a mat. And I think it's boring. If only they knew. If only they knew the magic we've got going on in this class today with our rings. All right, now if you can't sit up tall, you're going to bend your knees or you'll roll up that mat. Okay? Sit on top of it. So we're going to inhale, twist to me. On the exhale, soft your baby toe. Right here, we are twisting, spiraling through that thoracic spine. We inhale up, rotate, rotate, rotate. And I feel it stretching even lower. Inhale. From that core, we never lift from our backs. Keep the feet flexed. Look at your back hand. Scoop that belly. Inhale up. And it's okay. Exhale if you can't get your pinky to your baby toe. Inhale up. Exhale. One more. We will inhale it up. Exhale it over. Bring it back to center. And release. Onto our stomachs. The ring can stay right where it is. So it's going to flip around our legs. And I want you to take your hands. So I turn my ring so I got a pad at each hand. I'm on my forearms. My legs are together. And I have just a little bit of pressure on my ring to remind my belly to fire, my armpit muscles to fire, my shoulders to push down. So here's the deal. My legs are together, my feet are flat. My hips are on the mat, my belly button is not. Okay, so I'm anchoring down my pelvis and my hips, but my belly button is not on. You have to keep pushing through the mat with these forearms to keep those shoulders pressing down. Keep looking right in the center of that ring. My right foot is going to kick my butt 2 times. 1, 2. Switch. Boom, boom. Look down at that ring. There we go. Kick. Now, try not to lift your booty when you kick that foot. Can you still feel your hips on the mat when you kick? We're working towards that. I know this may not feel the greatest to some of our knees, but it's okay. It's not hurting you. I promise. One more right. One more left. Kick, kick, and then release. I'm going to come all the way down, take the ring behind you. My elbows are bent. The ring just rests in the palm of my hand, okay? So I want you to lay on your ear where you can face me. The legs are still together. The belly button's still pulling in. Kick your butt 3 times. 1, 2, 3. As you straighten the legs, you straighten your arms. You lift up your head and chest. You look down at your mat. Now look away from me, bend your elbows, kick your legs. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, reach, lengthen, feet down, head and chest up. Look towards me, inhale. 1, 2, 3. Big exhale. Shh. Inhale, look away. Keep those hips still, keep your butt still. Love these. One more each side, especially if you're on a computer a lot, on your phone, your iPad, driving a lot. You want to open back up the front of that body and release, and we'll stretch back into a child's pose. Scoop the belly and round the back. Let's have some more fun. So I'm going to sit back on my heels for a second to get set up. So one of the pads is going to face me. I'm going to place the pad right by my sternum, right between the chest. Okay? Now remember, these rings can push in a lot, but I don't want them to push in a lot. So I'm going to bring that onto my mat. If you have super long arms, you won't be able to have your sternum on the ring. You'll be like off the ring, right? So if that's you, just ditch the ring. You won't be able to hold it there. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so I'm going to take my right leg in the air and reach it behind me. My hands are directly underneath my shoulders. I'm going to bend my elbows, bring my head forward just a little bit, and then press back up. And as I lower my chest, my leg is going to lift higher and then back to center. I inhale down, exhale, press through the heel of those hands. Inhale down, exhale up, and one more. Inhale down, and exhale up. Put that knee down. The other leg reaches long off the mat. Same thing, my elbows point behind me, and I press up. So think of the weight going forward, not straight down. Longer leg back there, a little bit longer. And inhale, and exhale, and one more. Inhale, now flex that foot and put on the mat. Now you ready for a full plank? If not, you keep one knee down and just hold that. I'm going to slide the other leg out. I'm not worrying about where this is. You can get rid of it. I have short arms, so it will stay there. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, but I've got my knees off the mat. You can put your knees back on the mat. My elbows go behind me. I come back up. Tuck your booty. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the neck long. Crown of the head like a flashlight. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale to your knees. Release the ring. Release those hands and wrists. I'm going to come behind me, palms up, and make cups with my hands. That go okay? Lovely. Okay, so you're going to face me. You're going to come onto your side, and the ring is going to be in front of you towards the top edge of your mat. And I'm going to come onto my forearm. Now, here's where I can stay. If this feels better, I can keep my hip down and my bottom leg down. Otherwise, I'm going to take my top leg and straighten it. Now, once we're up here, if you want to make this harder, once I tell you lift up your hip, you can slide the other leg back, okay? Otherwise, the bottom leg will be on the mat to support your shoulders and your hips. Got it? Anybody have any questions? So remember, I started with 2 legs stacked. Remember, 2 legs were stacked, knees were bent. And I can lift up and hold this position. I can take my top leg and lengthen it and hold this position. My hips are up. Or once I'm up, I can slide this leg back. But if I see you slouching like this, I'm going to say, put that knee down. Got it? Pick your poison. 2 knees bent, 1 knee bent. Gently lift up, a little bit of pressure on the ring. Hold this here. Now, I should be going like this. As much as you can, start off straight. And all I'm going to do is little tiny presses on my ring. 1, 2, tiny. 3, try to look straight ahead unless that's too much pressure to your neck. And I go for 4. And 3, stay strong. And 2, everything faces me from the nose to the toes. Now I'm going to dip my hip down, gently press into the ring to lift up. Release the ring as I lower my hip, press gently into it. Inhale, exhale, 2 more. 1 more. I bring that knee down. I bring my hip down, and I release. Now, put the ring down. Take your top leg behind you. Grab onto that back shin and stretch across. You're welcome. That was fun. Okay, now, take your legs like a clam. I'm still on my forearm. Take the ring between those thighs. I'm still going to have my heels connected. So you don't want to collapse on this bottom arm. So you got to stay strong here, right? Hand behind the head. Now I'm going to lift my legs and my elbows going to go towards them. And I stretch back away. I exhale. I inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep that ring tight. Crunch. How's that bottom shoulder? Is it okay? Not getting cranky? Not yet. Now I'm going to add on. Hold the up, squeeze the ring, release it, return back home. Crunch the elbow towards the thigh, squeeze the ring, release the ring, elbow goes back up to the ceiling. Lift, crunch, release, drop it down. Lift, squeeze the ring, release it. 1 more, 1 more. Squeeze and release. Now do me a favor. Sit cross-legged if your knees allow you. The arm that was just holding you there, take it across and give me a little stretch. So I'm holding on and I'm pulling, yep. But keep everything straight ahead, so don't twist with it. Yep. If you want to do a diagonal, that will hit a little bit more of your back as well. And bring that arm behind. Yep. Then clasp those hands behind you. And then take your knuckles towards your mat. Just open up the front. Shoulders are mounted. Good. Are you ready for the other side? Okay. All right. So I start in my clam position. And the ring is towards, let me check the time. The ring is towards the front edge of your mat. Heel the hands on. I'm on my forearm. My shoulders in line with my elbow. You can keep the 2 knees bent like this, or you can take your top leg and lengthen it in line with your hip. Don't take the other leg straight until you're lifted up, okay? So pick your poison, lift up. If you want, you can slide that other leg behind, but make sure that you can hold this without pain in the wrong spot. Here I press into my ring. 1, it's a tiny press. My elbow should be bent. So Marty, take that ring closer towards you. Yep, kid, and press the heel of your hand. Yep. Hips up higher. Yes. I know. We go for 4, 3, 2, Now I'm going to lower my hip down, lift up. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, press. Release the ring, press into the ring. Down, up, 2 more. Inhale, exhale, 1 more. Come down. I'm going to give you a stretch. So take your top leg behind you, grab onto that back shin, and reach this arm over. And as you're reaching it over, push this hip down. Okay, back onto your forearm. You're going into another clam. You're going to open up the legs and put the ring there. Okay. You ready? In a comfortable spot, not on the knee. Hand behind that head. Now, as I lift my legs up, I crunch my elbow towards the thigh, and I lengthen and stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Feet are together, like my clam. Crunch. You want to feel this oblique here, the top oblique, the one closest to you, is firing. Shh. Don't jam that neck. Keep that neck nice and long. And go slow enough that you feel that oblique. And we go 2. I'm going to hold this one up. If you want it, I come up, I squeeze the ring, I release it, I stretch. Lift, squeeze, release, come down. Inhale. Exhale. Doesn't that feel amazing? It's wonderful. Lift, squeeze, release. Give me 1 more, 1 more. Lift, squeeze, release. Woo! Sit cross-legged. I'm going to take the leg that was the hip that felt it the most on the bottom. Take that arm that was holding you up, take it across. The other arm's going to pull it towards you. It's okay. It's all good. Take that arm behind you. And we'll do 1 more time, clasping the hands to our lower backs and shaving off our seat. Knuckles go to the floor, look straight ahead. Yes, now if your neck feels a little cranky, take one ear to that shoulder. The opposite shoulder that you're pushing away from pushes down. And then to the other side. So if I'm going to my left shoulder, my right shoulder pushes down. Good. Clasp your hands, reach your palms for me, and stretch back as you press out. Good. And then bring it back in. Break over. Okay, here we go. So we're going to do some teasers. You know we got to do teasers.
Of course.
Don't lose me now. You're so close. Okay, so you don't have to go very far. You can come all the way down and just lift up your head and shoulders, right? So I'll show you different ways. Here's where we're going to start in this diagonal. Heel the hands on that ring. So I'm not slouched. I'm tall. I'm going to press air out of that ring. I'm going to exhale down. I'm going to draw my chin to my chest first, eyes to my navel. Now I start with my inhale up. If you want to get rid of the ring, that's fine. Exhale, hands will go behind the thighs. I only go back as far as my arms can reach. And when you're ready, you draw that chin to your chest and you lift back up. That's another variation. Another variation, I'm going to come all the way down. My arms will come up. I'm going to draw my chin to my chest. I grab behind my thighs. I just pull my head and shoulders off the mat. And I come back down and reach my arms up. So there's so many different ways to do this. Don't just lay there going, I don't like this exercise. Try one of those options. But do not use momentum. Try to stay off your side when you come up. So I'm going to come down here. I'm not going to put my head down. I'm going to hover. I'm in a Pilates V. My toes are off the mat. My head's off my mat. Peel yourself up. That's an inhale. Exhale, hover. This is just more advanced. I'll lift up on an inhale, lifting from my core, not the front of my hips. Exhale, hover. 1 more. Now bend your knees. Sit up, put your ring down. I'm going to do hip circles today. Okay, so you're supposed to be really here with your arms, but we're going to modify and we're going to come back onto our elbows and forearms. Draw the knees in, frog your legs so my knees are only as wide as my frame, my heels are kissing. I'm going to push out and my belly is driving in. I'm going to go a little bit to my right, a little bit down, to my left, hold center. Left, right. Maybe your knees should be bent in a frog. Maybe I'm going to circle like that with my knees apart. To the left, inhale. Exhale up. To the right, you're picking how long those legs are away from your center. One more to our left, inhale. To exhale, drop the legs down, press through your hands, and come up and over. Grab onto whatever you can and pull your torso towards your thighs. You may not think I'm your friend right now, but when your spine is taller and your core is stronger and you just feel better, you'll know it was all worth it. Right? Right. Okay, we're going to come to a high kneel. You only have like 7 minutes left, not even. So you can do this. You can do this. Remember, the ring is optional. All right, so I'm in this high kneel, and I'm going to take my ring out, like pretty far, so as far as I can reach it. As far as I can reach it. It's okay if you're side bending to get it out there. I'm going to take the opposite leg as my ring out. I'm going to take this arm, it's going to go behind my head. I'm going to do a little side bend here. So I'm like in a diagonal. Got it? Now I'm not going to go very high, but I'm going to take my straight leg. I'm going to try and lift it parallel and then come down. Your back heel should be directly in line with the back of your knee. So I should not be able to see anyone's heel if I'm looking straight on. I lift, I lower. Shh. Good. 2 more. Lift and lower. 1 more. Lift and lower. I'm going to start to take my leg out more so there's less weight on my ring. Bring that ring straight up. Side stretch to the straight leg. Bring it back up from your obliques in your powerhouse. And I'm going to go in that little diagonal. Inhale towards the straight leg. Exhale up. 1 more to the bent side. I'm going to lower my ring and bring the legs together. Did we survive that? See, you can do it. Take that ring out as far as you can reach it. The opposite leg is going to come out. My hip should be pressing forward. The back of my heel should be in line with the back of my knee. I'm going to side diagonal. My elbow goes up towards the sky. And this long line here, and I'm going to lift up, good, and down. Shh. Try to be more sideways, because if you're like this, you'll only probably be able to get this high, which is fine. But here's what we're trying to be. Open that shoulder, that top shoulder. Yes. You want your shoulders to be in a line. Yep. Exhale. Reach those toes longer. 2 more. Lift it. Lower it. Okay, now it's on the mat again. I'm going to slide that weight this way so I can bring my arms straight up. Side stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Away from the straight leg, into that diagonal. It's like someone's pulling you up towards that side of the ceiling. And I inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it back down. I'm going to sit back onto my heels. Can we all still do that? Do we still have the flex? No. You can sit on your bum. Sit there, sit there, sit there. So I want you to put the ring off to your side. And you can be sitting on your batuski. That's fine. I want you to take this arm. You're going to mirror me and take it to the side of your head. And I want you just to push. Now, hold this here. So I'm taking this ear to this shoulder. While you're stretching, I want you to take this shoulder and slide it down more. And I want you to lift the weight of your head up against the palm, the fingers of your hands. My hands just melted onto my head. And then release. I take the opposite hand. Yeah. I'm just going to tug my head towards that shoulder. I'm going to push the opposite shoulder down. I'm going to lift the weight of my head up against these fingertips. So I'm lifting up as I'm pushing down. Come back to center. Take both hands behind your head. Draw the chin to your chest. Bring your elbows to each side of your head. Let your shoulders relax. Lift the head up against the fingertips. At the same time, drop the shoulders further down. You should feel a nice stretch along the center of the back of the neck. Let the elbows open back up, and the head will come back up. Good. And we're going to finish with spine stretches because you did a lot today. So I'm going to face the long end of my mat. The hardest thing here is getting from this position with my toes this way to being able, you can use one hand, to have your toes on the floor and your heels slightly lifted. And where I'm going with this is I'm going to push my heels down as I slowly straighten my legs and reach my spine long. So feel like your hips are pressing back. If you need to readjust where your ring is, readjust it, but my spine is lengthening. Now I want you to scoop, tuck that tail, and just give me a little round, and then let it press back out. So the arms are reaching in the opposite direction as my hips and my tail, my sits bones. Exhale. Can you round the spine? Exhale. Lengthen that ring way out there. One more. Exhale. Eyes go to the belly button. And then lengthen it out. Good. And I'm going to round one more time. I'm going to bring that ring right under my shoulders. And I did that from scooping my belly. Now I want you to press into the ring and then release. When you press into the ring, I want you to round the belly more around the spine. Release it. Round it. Inhale, release it. Last one, I exhale. Inhale. On the exhale, let the ring go to the floor. Your arms just dangle. My knees are going to soften now. And my core is still pulling in. And my arms are just circling. My head is heavy. Now to start to come back up, keep the arms still. Suck that navel more towards the spine and start to come up from your belly. But as you're coming up, your sits bones are going to slide down. Lumbar pelvic rhythm. We come all the way up. Give me a nice big inhale. Exhale, lower those arms. Do it again. Inhale, up, 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 up. Exhale, can you give me one more? Fill it up, big inhale. And on the exhale, feel your spine growing taller as the arms go down. And you guys have made it. Woo! Check in with your bodies after that one, yes? Strong core.